I'm here actually as not as chairman of the Sanma Group, but as representing Chennai Heritage and its board of directors. And on their behalf, thank you for joining us this evening on an occasion which is both solemn and celebratory. It's solemn because we are remembering and mourning the passing of a good friend, and celebratory because we are paying homage to him and also recalling the high points of a fantastic life, as Sriram mentioned. Mr. Muthiah was without doubt the leading chronicler of Madras, its history and culture. He was the flag bearer on all issues which he felt impacted positively or negatively in any way the city which was so dear to him. He was the go-to person for any query regarding the city's past, as the hordes of visitors from all over the world looking for their past links to the city will vouch. Incidentally, to him, the city was always Madras. He never really took to the name change to Chennai. Now, as Sriram mentioned, there are many speakers today, and most of them would probably have known Mr. Muthiah much more intimately than I did. So I will therefore restrict myself to just my memories, my personal interactions with him. I first came in contact with Muthu indirectly, actually, in the early 70s, when India Cements was looking for an offset printer for their annual calendar. And they picked Maths and Atlases, which was run by him at that time. But at that time, of course, I didn't meet him personally. And this didn't happen to the mid-90s, when I had a chance to work with him with regard to Madras Musings. Now, that in itself is a story. I read that Madras Musings planned to cease publication, and I called Mr. Muthiah out of the blue and offered to work out a solution. Muthu was his usual gruff self, not surprising since he had never met me, and his disbelief in me, a businessman, doing anything like this without seeking something in return, this disbelief came through very strongly. Obviously, he did not have much confidence in matters in the businessmen of the city in Madras having a conscience in matters of heritage and culture. Anyway, after some time I did manage to convince him, and we successfully worked together to continue Madras Musings, which has since grown from strength to strength. Now, he always gave me more personal credit for this than I felt was due for this rescue act. The truth is that the reputation that he had established for himself and for Madras Musings was so strong among the business leaders of the city that a large number responded spontaneously with commitments of support. And personally, more than the rejuvenation of Madras Musings, I was happy that Mr. Muthiah came to appreciate that the Madras business community's heart did beat for the metropolis. Since that day, the publication of Madras Musings has been taken over by Chennai Heritage, a not-for-profit company which also supports and promotes other activities related to the heritage and culture of the city. Muthu was a director and an active participant in the management of Chennai Heritage, and we will certainly miss his guidance a lot. The next occasion I had to personally work with Muthu came in 1993 or so, when we asked him to write the history of the Madras Club for its 150th anniversary. Now, right at the start of this project, he was given a knotty issue to solve. There was no real consensus on the date of founding of NCC, and there were many who said that we were celebrating on a wrong day. There were 2 or 3 different dates with vehement support for each of them, and if you know the NCC and its members, you know that the vehemence is quite strong and very loudly expressed. And this date related to the early 19th century, so picking one with certainty was obviously difficult. This controversy took 3 years, and it was resolved only towards the end of 1996, when Muthu, who took it up as a personal challenge, researched hundreds of old documents, papers, and books, and finally was able to lay his hands on Sir Alexander Arbuthnot's memoirs, published in 1910, from which he determined categorically that the club was founded in 1846 and not 1848 or some other date. Once Muthu had spoken, of course, there was no discussion of the topic, and for the next year or so we worked very closely to bring out this history. Now, in his traditional style, this history is a scholarly tome, well researched, and obviously very heavy reading. And it calls for a true and committed MCCN to go through it fully. I therefore suggested that we also bring out a pictorial history with a lot more illustrations and pictures and less writing. This was finally brought out simultaneously, and while Muthu's name was on it as author, he felt it was too frivolous a project for him to spend much time on, and a lot of the work of this was done by his co-author Ram Narayan. In fact, the NCC is now heading to its 175th anniversary, it's 25 years. The project updates its history is being discussed with Muthiah's able disciple, B. Sriram. Now, after this, I had, of course, frequent contact with Muthu with respect to the activities of Chennai Heritage, and continued to be constantly amazed at his enthusiasm in envisioning and taking up new projects relating to Madras. I must tell you that we couldn't put through many of them, but we did several which I think people appreciated, the city appreciated, the citizens of the city appreciated. Now, while Muthu was primarily dedicated to activities related to the city of Madras, he also became very well known in terms of writing histories and memoirs of different institutions and business offices. He was constantly sought out by many, including foreign individuals and institutions, looking for links of the past of Madras, and he never failed to deliver. Also, over the years, he brought out a large number of delightfully readable books, which I'm sure many may have read, and I have a few personal favorites. Tales of Old and New Madras, where he described the history of Madras over 350 years, with 34 stories from each decade. And Words in Indian English, of which a second edition recently has come out. And of course, it's been a long-standing tradition in our company in the Sanmar that our overseas visitors and joint venture partners are always present at one of his coffee table books, Madras Past and Present, whenever they visit Chennai, and I can assure you it's deeply appreciated. Now, there are so many other accomplishments and facets to his career, which I'm sure these speakers who come after me will talk about. On my part, I would just like to wish that a departed friend, whom I greatly respected, rest in peace. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate the life and time of Madras' chronicler extraordinaire, Mr. S. Muthiah.